as you are traveling into town, you've already met some of the locals. One of them, a cheating asshole drunk who you have cursed. You briefly just kind of looked up and down at someone who was selling some jewelry in the market as well, a lizard folk. So he's kind of like a Argonian, if you've ever played Skyrim or one of the other Elder Scrolls game. He's got a bunch of scales and he kind of looks like a walking alligator. And he was selling some bone jewelry and things at a wares, and he kind of seems to be tricking people into thinking that they're more special than they really are. He's not a very good dude. You could easily tell he was trying to dupe people of the town. In that, you've also probably learned that the townspeople are kind of dumb. They're sheltered people. They've lived here probably all their life, and so they are simple people. I won't say that they're idiotic by any means, but they're a simple people. They do a lot of their goods are a lot of like mining. There's a cave that they go mining at and getting jewels and coal and that kind of thing. They do a lot of hunting in the woods. A very kind of low technology, low energy town that is Dimwood. And you guys are the spiciest thing that has hit it in a long time. So
let's go.
What would you guys like to do? If you would like me to explain anything, you can ask me like, hey, Commander, is this in the town? And I'll tell you if you're curious. Or you can just say from the things I've described, you can be like, I want to go explore the market, or I want to go to the church, or let's go do this or that. Just remember that you have a disguised hellhound with you that is probably not something you want to take into a church. Most of you would know. It being a fiend would be very alarming to anyone who might be like a high-level kind of cleric or a high-knowledge kind of cleric, so you wouldn't want to risk that. I would imagine you want to steer clear of the church for the most part, at least if Good Boy's with you. But you can leave him behind if you want to go to the church. And none of you are going to get like fucking zapped going into the church. It's not like that. Even though you've made a deal with a demon.
Bet.
So, what are you thinking? What do you guys want to do? What are you curious about? Other things to think about. So, I'll give you two things to think about. One was, what do you want to do? And two is there anything you want for your character? Think of like items, like mundane items or magical, that you would want. If you want a flute, we can buy you a flute here. If you want a deck of playing cards, we can buy you a deck of playing cards here. If you want some like special type of food, or if you want like a piece of jewelry of some kind that looks a certain way, or something like that. So this is one of those kind of times where I'm allowing you as players, just tell me what you want, and if I think it would be in this town, I'll let you buy it from this town. No problem.
I want a flute.
A flute?
I want to go find a flute. That sounds really interesting.
Okay. So, do you want I'll give you a couple options. So, we'll start with this. Shopping can be a lot of fun in D&Ds, but I don't want to spend too much of today's session doing it. So, I'll kind of describe to you a few different shops that you guys can check out, and then you let me know if there's anything that you are interested in there. So, the first shop is the Alligator Reptile Guy's Bone Art Shop, where he sells bone jewelry, bone instruments, and like bone accessories, like that are all made out of like shark teeth and alligator teeth and bird bones and dope shit like that. He is trying to trick people into thinking that these are magical, though, to sell them at a higher value, but they're still very well made bone jewelry, bone necklaces, that kind of thing. So
what if I just steal his bones? They're all fake.
You mean like steal them off of his like countertop that he's selling them from?
Body.
Oh, off of his body. It's possible, but you might want to enlist the help of your group if it was something you wanted to do. He's only wearing a bone tooth necklace, bone earrings that actually kind of like come out of these little holes on the side of his head. Then they're kind of hooked into. He doesn't actually have ears, so there's just like these holes on the side of his head, and these earrings kind of dangle out of them. And then he's got like bracelets and anklets that are made of bone as well. They are made with like hemp, like a hemp string, so easily cut, easily taken off.
Wait, there's hemp in this world?
Oh yeah, and weed.
Oh shit. Okay, I think I just want to buy like a little flute thingy so I can like, just carry it around with me, and if I want to play it. Just like a little small, little baby flute or whatever.
Okay. So you can find a flute made out of bone.
I want to steal try to steal a bone necklace. And if we ever go back to Lika's place, you know that skeleton dude? I want to give it to him.
All right.
Have a really nice bone necklace in his bony ass body.
Okay, so you want to give a skeleton to Jasper if you go back to the mansion. Okay. So to take a bone necklace, let me describe to you what his countertop looks like. So this is an outdoor market. And it's each little stall has like a cover to cover it from the rain because it's always sprinkling rain here, like all the time. So he's got this small stand. It's about 10 feet long and 3 feet tall. And he's got all different kinds of bone jewelry and necklaces and that kind of thing that are just like laying on the countertop in front. And he's standing behind it. So the only other spot that you might be able to like see other items would be he's got behind him, he's got like a small cart that's got a bunch of boxes on it that you have his like his supplies. So he's got like boxes that are labeled like jewelry, instruments, that kind of thing. And you notice every time somebody buys something off of his shelf that he's got for his stall, he goes back into one of those boxes, pulls out something new and replaces it on the stand from where the person bought it from. So if you wanted to steal something, you'd have to either turn him away from his countertop and somehow remove the bone necklace or whatever you're trying to steal without him noticing, or you could try and charm him. Some of you guys have charm spells.
Wait, what if I try and buy something from him? Okay, what if we make a plan? Okay, I want this bone flute. You want this bone necklace. We're both gonna get it. So how can we get this in a easy manner where maybe somebody dies, maybe somebody does not die, it does not matter, but in a quick and easy way, because we got to get onto this this battle or whatever.
I think the best solution is, okay, I'm gonna try to steal something from the cart from the back. I don't think we're able to steal it from the countertop because he's gonna notice it since he's always replacing it.
Oh, true.
Smart.
So I think someone should like use our charm to like buy something while I'll try to steal something. So like he's being distracted from the front and I'm taking something from the back.
Juniper?
But then again, you can like get discount. You know, you can hack. You can like, you know, how much is this? Can I get discount? You know, pull my Asian blood out. You know,
I'll rough him up a little bit if we have to. But Juniper, you want to help us out?
Mm-hmm. What do you think I should? I don't know what I should do.
Which one of us are able to like charm him?
So any of you technically could like charm him with your straight up talking. Like if you are good enough at talking, then you might be able to distract him long enough for Violet, Nina's character, to sneak back there and steal something from the cart, which you did a great job analyzing this small puzzle that I've given you, which is that stealing something from the counter is a bad idea because he's going to notice that it's missing. He's very diligent about replacing it. So you did a good job recognizing that and thinking, okay, the better place to steal it would be from the cart. So
see, we'd be dead without you.
Yeah, what can I say?
Okay. So
we're gonna talk.
Yeah. So obviously Violet can't go talking because Violet's going to be stealing something. So the options are Juniper, Leanna, or Esme doing the talking, or two of them doing the talking, two of them doing the stealing. Those are good options too. Either way, I would say the best two at stealing right now are Violet and Esme because they're both rogues and they're both sneaky stats are way up there. Whereas you, Juniper and Leanna, you guys are more kind of flashy and maybe hard to kind of blend in. You're a large like Leonin woman, Leanna, and then Juniper, you're kind of a brightly colored elf, which is something that a lot of people will at least look at in awe. Not maybe
we
not.
Could do good cop, bad cop.
You could.
True.
So all you need to do is tell me, how do you walk up to the guy and what do you say? And then we can do, we can talk to Violet about how she steals it. So how do you think you want to distract this guy? I'll describe him again. He's about 6.5 feet tall, alligator man. So he's got a big, long alligator tail and the head of a alligator. And he's got green, scaly skin. He's wearing kind of raggedy clothes with bone jewelry all over him. And he's got these glasses that kind of sit on the tip of his snout, all the way down on the tip of his snout. And he is, again, very sneakily tricking people into buying a lot of his jewelry because he tells them like, oh, this will bring you luck, or oh, this will bring you protection from this, or he's kind of, conning the townsfolk. He looks like he might also be a traveler, like traveling through, stopping, and then he's going to be leaving.
Okay. I want to ask him where he's gotten all these bones from, if they're an ethical source, ethical bone collection going on around here.
Okay. So you walk up to the stand. The alligator man is finishing up a transaction with somebody, and as you walk up, he kind of slowly turns his face towards you, looking over his glasses, and he says,
"How can I help you?"
So, these bones you got, where'd you get them from?
Oh, I don't think that's any of your business.
I mean, if I'm going to be buying somebody's bones, I kind of want to know where I got them from, don't you think?
Are you a cop?
No, just interested.
You kind of look like a cop. All that armor on you.
You like it?
It's nice.
Thanks. So, actually, I want to buy a flute. Do you have any of specifics like demon bones, anything of that sort? Not just typical deer antlers or deer bones, anything like that. I want something cool, flashy.
He looks up and down at you, and then behind you to Juniper. Esme, where are you at?
Violet's shoulder.
Okay. So you and Violet are going to go steal something.
Yeah.
All right. So I need Violet and Esme to roll me stealth checks.
Okay.
You can decide here. You can have Violet roll for both of you, or you can both roll separately. It's up to you.
What do you want to do?
Let's do separately.
Okay.
I just want to test my luck right now.
All right. So
Stealth,
let's see
yeah?
what you guys roll here for stealth checks. Okay. 9 and 21. Okay.
Yikes.
It's probably good that you rolled separately here. So here's what happens. As you are kind of skirting around the side of this area, Violet, you step on an old-looking branch on the ground that snaps. And the guy slowly turns away from you, Leanna. And as he slowly turns away from you, his glasses, he kind of like pushes them up towards his eyes to see exactly what he's looking at. And he does notice Violet. Esme, though, you are able to flutter off of Violet's shoulder onto the cart that has all of the goods, and he does not seem to notice you at all. As you are now like on top of one of the boxes marked instruments. It's like a wooden crate that has a small little latch on it that you can unlatch and lift up if you want. But that's where you're at. So you've landed now on the cart away from Violet. You're not too far. You're about 4 feet away from Violet. She's just been kind of stopped, and he's looking at her and he says,
Oi, there's nothing back there for you. You got a problem?
Oh,
Are you with her?
who is that?
He
What?
points to Leanna. Leanna, what do you say?
What? That's it. That's all I say is what.
I thought I saw you all walking around earlier. Maybe I was mistaken.
Is it illegal for me to walk?
Don't
Yeah,
take an
you
attitude
say-
with me. You almost tried to break into my cart, didn't you?
And how do you assume that, sir?
Why don't you step around front?
It's quite disrespectful for you to assume such things about me. Because of this, I deserve something free from your stall.
Roll a
harassing
persuasion check.
customers.
Roll a persuasion check, Violet, but with disadvantage. So roll twice. With twice and take the lower number. So roll twice. Take the lower number. All right. So with a 10, he says,
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So, you step around front here, and,
he looks down at all of his wares to make sure nobody's stolen anything. He then looks back up at Leanna, and he says,
yeah, what exactly did you want again?
I don't like the way you're treating our customers. Just harassing this person for no reason. Honestly, I think exactly. Thank you. I think this is a very unethical business, and I might have to report you if you don't give me something at a discount and leave her alone.
Oh, you must be new around here.
Okay, real quick, I'm gonna go run away. And 1 second, sir. I'm gonna go over to Nina's character and I'm gonna talk to her real quick. Do you think we should just burn this place down? Like, honestly, like I don't see a point. This dude is straight up
Should we start
pissing me
threatening
off.
him like with knives and shit?
Yeah, like I think we can just take all these bones. I lost my accent because I am so mad at this man, like pissing me off. Okay.
Before, so you guys are planning. Let's go back to Esme. Esme, would you like to try and open one of the chests?
Yes.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Okay.
So roll twice and take the higher number. So that's what advantage is. So roll twice, take the higher number. Okay. So with an 8, you're able to unlatch. You're able to unlatch the box named instruments and begin to lift it up. It does make like a as you start lifting it. And he, again, this guy's very slow. He starts turning around. Juniper, you're the closest right now as Shark's character and Violet's character have kind of gone off to an aside, or not Violet's, Nina's character Violet they've gone off to the side. So Juniper, you're like standing kind of at the stall as the alligator man is about to turn around and see your friend breaking into the cart. What do you do to try and stop him from turning around?
Wait. I have a few questions.
He stops and kind of side eyes you, and he says,
Well, that's more like it. A little bit of politeness. What are you looking for? Are you looking for something that'll make you lucky, or something that?
and he starts going on his ramble and trying to sell you something as he turns away from the cart. Good job, Esme. As you are searching through the box with all of the bone instruments in it, are there any specific ones you're looking for? You've heard that Leanna wants a flute, but is there anything else that you're looking for? This is for Amity. Esme, sorry.
Is there like by instruments?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Any instrument that could be made out of bone and bone only. So a flute, any kind of woodwind, so like a clarinet. You can find chimes. You can find like drumsticks. You can find
A xylophone?
you could find like the xylophone, what are those, batons? Mm-hmm. You could find the pieces to a xylophone that if you took them all out, you would be able to put a xylophone together, but it would take a while. But you can easily find a flute of most any size you're looking for, like a small little pan flute or a longer regular flute.
Okay, I'd want to look for a bigger flute for Leanna.
Okay. So roll me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Good. 19. So with a 19, looking around, you're able to find 2 really nice flutes. One of them is a bit longer and more of like your standard woodwind flute. The other is like a really, really nice looking pan flute with like a few different levels to it. something that you'd see like a satyr or something playing in like the woods is like one of those kind of top down flutes that's kind of like a square, like kind of looks like an organ. And if you want, you could like grab both of them and like stick them out of the box and see which one she wants, or you could try and grab both. Just know that if you grab both instruments here, you're gonna have to fly them somewhere and drop them off before you break into another box.
Oh, okay.
So you can either one-hand this and pick one, or you can two-hand it and grab both, or you can try and see what Leanna wants by like peeking out of the box.
Can I see which ones she would like?
Okay.
Please.
So yeah, you peek your head up out of the box and hold up both, and you kind of dangle them behind as the guy's talking to Juniper. He's like,
"Well, and this one will make you very fast if you wear it. It'll make your footsteps very quick, and this one will make you quieter."
And he's kind of going on the thing, and Juniper's just kind of like nodding, and you're kind of like, which one? Like behind him. Leanna, which one seems more interesting to you? Like a regular standard flute or like a smaller kind of organ pan flute?
I think I'm going to go for the smaller organ one.
Okay. So she points to the one in your left hand, and you kind of dangle it, like shake it a little bit to make sure, and she nods. And you drop the other one in the box, and you now have a bone pan flute. There is another box which says jewelry on it. If you want to attempt to break into that one, you have one hand free.
Absolutely.
All right, roll me another sleight of hand check. This time not with advantage, just a regular straight roll.
Okay.
All right. So as you unlatch this one, it makes like a thump noise as the latch flips open, and the guy starts turning around. Juniper, he stops mid sentence. He's like,
"Oh, this one will make you really
and he starts turning
Can
around.
we do something to like stop him again?
So
maybe like both like
something
maybe
like
yeah.
So
yeah,
I want to make sure
combine
Juniper is
something
included
here.
on this. So Juniper, what do you think you would do if like you were losing him?
I just randomly like wipe everything off of the top of the like stand, and I'm just like I blame it that I have spasms.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean to.
All right, so you like your arm just like wipes across the top layer of things
I
on
just
his
wiped
shelf.
everything off.
Okay, roll me a deception check and roll twice. Take the higher number. So this is with advantage. So roll a deception check. So twice and the higher number. Okay, so 20. As your arm kind of you very convincingly like spasm your arm across the thing, and he goes,
"Oh, what the hell?"
and then you tell him, "Oh, I get spasms," and he's like,
"Oh, fine."
And he leans down and starts picking up the things on the ground. At this time, Violet and Leanna, what do you guys want to do? As you are now seeing kind of what the plan is playing out as, which is Juniper's distracting, Esme's kind of stealing things. What do you guys want to do to either help or hinder if you want? If you want to hinder the plan, you can. But what are you guys doing during this plan? Or do you just stand back? Fine, too.
I feel like if I were to come back to the situation, it would just make it worse because he already thinks of us as like suspicious people.
Yeah, I already yelled at this dude. I got what I needed.
Yeah.
If they need backup, they can request it. But
Like
I'm
we
help-
can, yeah,
I'm
like we
helping
can come
people
and
out.
like make more of a mess and like distract him even more and fight with him, while Juniper can like take something in the mess that she just made.
Yeah, like can I try to like help him pick it all up, but then like sneak something?
Ooh, okay. This is a risky play. So I'll let you decide. I want to make sure that you know that there's always consequences for when actions go wrong. So if you get caught here, this could kind of start spiraling out of control. So I'm okay with that. I'm good with that, but I want to make sure you're good with that. And I don't want to like surprise you with consequences. So I want to make sure if you fuck up this like sneaking something while you're trying to help him pick things up, he's gonna, because right now he trusts you. You've kind of earned his trust. So you'll kind of squander that if he finds out. So it's up to you. Do you want to try it? You are the bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, I have to live up to my name, right? I have to try.
Okay.
Can like Violet and Liana come and like make like we fight each other? That will like kind of distract him a little bit while Juniper does that.
Okay. What do you do?
Like maybe we're like fighting each other. I don't know, Liana. What could we possibly fight about? Fuck. Let's see. Hold on. This is such a risky situation. Why do we put ourselves in this?
That's what this whole
Yeah.
campaign's gonna be. That's what this whole campaign's gonna be.
Okay, I'm fighting Liana about wait, do we know each other?
Yeah.
We do. We do, right? Okay, so maybe we're fighting like because she really wants her flute. But I'm like, no, that bitch is an asshole. Don't go back there or some shit like that. But we're fighting right in front of him.
And then I
Okay.
start like pushing him around, and then just like, "You trying to fight with me, yeah?" And then start, I don't know, just doing that.
Okay, so you guys kind of start pushing each other. It's really more like Violet like pushes Leanna and Leanna like doesn't move at all. Like Violet pushes herself when she pushes Leanna because like Leanna's just like way like stronger and sturdier. And Leanna like when you push Violet, she like falls on her ass. And you guys start kind of like shouting at each other, and the guy's like picking things up, and he's trying to pay attention. He's like,
Stop fighting in front of my fucking stall.
and then like back and forth. This is a good time then for I want a perception check from Esme to look for whatever jewelry she wants, and I want a sleight of hand check with advantage, so twice and take the higher number from Juniper. Okay, so a 17 for sleight of hand on Juniper. Juniper, what kind of bone jewelry do you want? Do you want a necklace, a bracelet? I mean,
Can I get a necklace?
okay, yeah. So you're able to swipe a necklace. Do you want a shark tooth necklace, a bird bone necklace, or a bear paw necklace?
Mm,
Those are your three options.
fuck. I'm gonna go with the bear. Or wait, no, not the bear. The bird.
Okay, so bird bone necklace. It's got like wings and stuff. It's kind of like displayed in a cool way. All right, so you're able to snag that, no problem. He doesn't seem to notice. You stick it in your pocket. Esme, looking around, you roll a 20, which is good. Not a natural 20. We call that a dirty 20. It's where you got an 18 plus 2. So with that, what kind of necklaces or bracelets or jewelry are you looking for in terms of bone accessories? Do you want earrings? Most of this stuff is not going to fit you. Like a bone bracelet is going to turn into a bone belt for you, or like,
Aw.
you know what I mean, or like a bone harness. Really, I mean, it's kind of not much of it is going to fit you, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what
if
other
there's
people want too.
anything, if there's anything super flashy, I know for a fact that's what she would want.
That's what Violet would want.
Well, I think all of us would like the flashy stuff because I
Sure.
feel like we don't even want to wear them. We just probably want to sell them,
Sure.
get some money off of them, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
With a 20, I'll tell you that there are in this box there is another smaller little chest inside this crate that you're in, and it is locked under lock and key. But you have a feeling that inside here might be the goods, like the valuables, and you have thieves' tools, you have lock picking tools. It's just going to take you a little bit of extra time to do it. Do you want to risk it? Otherwise, I can describe to you kind of basically the rest of the jewelry is in similar fashion. It's bones of birds, shark teeth, or like bear claws, bear nails, that kind of thing. It's called a claw, right? Bear claws, yeah.
yeah.
So it's mostly that.
I-
There's a few deer antler things too, like deer antler earrings and things.
Yeah. I would want to try to pick that lock because I feel like with all the chaos going on, I could get away with it potentially.
Okay. So on your character sheet, in the bottom left, there should be a little box that says like tools, and there should be a thing that says thieves tools.
Yes.
You see it? So click on thieves tools. And then once you click on thieves tools, there should be like a little red D20 in the right hand column somewhere. It says like doing VTT or something like that, or there should be a thing. Let me double check here. Should be a button to roll a thieves tools check. So let me double check.
Use tool.
Yeah, does that?
Right?
Let's see.
Okay. Yes.
There it goes. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Okay. So going to try and pick this lock, your lockpick breaks as you're like double fisting the lockpick, trying to like pull it down and get it into the right spot, and it snaps as you're trying to put it into place. You pull it out. You've still got a few more lockpicks if you want to try it again.
Let's do one more time.
All
One
right.
more. I cannot let myself.
All right. So that was a 7. Let's see what you get this time.
Okay.
Okay. So with an 8, not really able to jimmy the lock and get it open. This one snaps too, unfortunately. So in that time, I'm going to flash back to everybody else and make sure everything's kosher back in the distraction area. So right now, Leanna and Violet, you guys are both fighting. I need you to both roll me performance checks, please. Performance checks. Okay, 12 for Violet.
Wait, where's the performance check again?
It should be on your character sheet in the big long box in the middle under the P's. There you go. 14 and 12. That's good enough. You're doing a pretty convincing job. In fact, more people are starting to gather around, and this kind of drunken lady starts going, fight, 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 like around you, and people start kind of gathering around.
Want to see a fight?
Juniper, you're able to snag that necklace that you wanted, and you're kind of gathering up the rest of the goods with him, kind of just throwing them on the table, and he's replacing them out now, and he says,
You're gonna have to buy something after that. I mean, honestly, knocked everything on the ground. I think you owe me.
what do you say?
Oh, is that how it works? Are you saying that I owe you something because I have a disability and I couldn't control myself?
All right. Roll me a. Let's do a deception check with advantage. So roll twice, take the higher number. Okay. Let me roll for him. This is my first roll of the day. Okay. So he he says,
No, I didn't mean it like that. Honestly, I probably owe you. Why don't you pick something you like? Pick something you like.
and he kind of points to his whole array of things. Are there any earrings, necklaces, bracelets, things that you're looking for, or things that you've heard from your party members that they're looking for that you want to grab from the stuff he's got out, which is mostly jewelry?
Yeah, I'll because Esme was trying to get something really flashy, right? But she didn't succeed in that, so I'll get something flashy for Esme.
Okay. The flashiest thing is probably the one of the bracelets, which has a few like pearls on it, along with the shark teeth. So it's kind of like an underwater themed bracelet. So it's got 3 pearls and 5 shark teeth on it, and it kind of goes around in a small circle. It's probably the flashiest thing that he has that's not under lock and key.
I'll take that then.
So as you point to it, he gives he gives a big sigh, like, because it's obviously the most expensive thing on his table, and he goes,
Is there nothing else I can offer you?
No, I think I like that one the most.
Fine. Here.
he hands it to you. Looking around, he notices that one of his other spots for bird necklaces is missing a piece of jewelry, and he starts looking around on the ground for it. He seems to be like combing through the grass, looking in the dirt. He picks up a bone off the ground that probably fell off of another piece of jewelry or another something at some point, picks it up and kind of eyeballs it and then throws it back into the mud. He seems to be looking around for the piece that you took, Juniper. Do you want to do anything to try and like Do you want to do anything at all? I won't say. Otherwise, do you want to just let him look around for it? He doesn't seem to suspect you.
I'll just let him keep looking.
All right, so he keeps looking around. This, though, the fight that's happening between Violet and Leanna is starting to catch up with people. So how do you guys want to resolve this? Because the shopkeeper has already kind of tried by telling you to go away. And now people are starting to gather around expecting an actual fight. So how do you want to try and resolve this, you two? I got 50 gold pieces on the big lion one.
Wait. We got an audience now. Throw more money in. You think I can take her on, yeah? See a fight? Everyone wants to see a fight here.
Yeah. You think? I can.
All of you, when you hear 50 gold pieces, everyone's ears perk up. Like all of you, and you turn to see a guy that's dressed in a white tuxedo and like a white fedora, and he has this like beautiful red velvet vest that he's wearing underneath his white tux, and he's like in his hands he's twirling. You know how some people do that with coins, where they like between their fingers he's like twirling coins. He's twirling a platinum piece, which is like it's like worth 10 gold pieces, and it's like between his fingers. And people are like gathering around, and nobody seems to want to like bet that with him because that's a lot of money. 50 gold pieces is probably a lot of these people's like year-long or 2-year-long earnings of like from their entire job.
I don't know if I'm that mean to want to continue this performance to steal their savings, you know?
A lot of the people here are very poor.
Evil. Yeah, I got a few. I got limits, I guess, for people like that. But this dude does seem interesting. So
Yeah.
He does
Right.
stand out quite a bit from the other people in the town. Oh, come on, everyone, come on. As you're looking at him, I'll describe what he kind of looks like. So he has this kind of palish green skin, big underbite with kind of teeth that come up above his top lip. It's kind of stout, pushed-in nose, and these dark black eyes. His ear, one of his left ear is like scraped and cut up, like it's been clawed at some point or like almost cut off. And he's got this kind of scar that goes down from that ear all the way to his jaw. And you guys can recognize, is a half orc. So he's half human, half orc. And he is
I have an idea.
pretty large too. Like he's probably almost 7 feet tall.
Okay. I have an idea, actually. It's kind of evil, kind of not evil, depending on how you look at it. Violet. Okay, I'm whispering in Violet's ear during this time. We're still roughing up the crowd or whatever. Okay, I'm going to let you kick my ass. We take his money, and then we give it to the people. And we can keep a little bit, just a little bit. But you got to make this good. We got to make it look convincing to everybody. You down?
That sounds like a good idea, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Bet.
Redistributing the wealth.
So you guys are surrounded by people right now. So I'm going to need you to roll me a stealth check to be able to whisper this without anybody hearing it. So roll me a stealth check for both of you. For some reason it rolled with disadvantage. Oh, it rolled because of your armor, Leanna. So what I want you to do is, give me a second. It rolled wrong because of your armor. So give me a second here. I'm going to change that for your character. Give me one moment. Campaigns, Leanna. Disadvantage. I want to turn that off. How do I turn that off? So the reason that it does that is because of your armor. Normally your stealth checks are at disadvantage because your armor is very clangy. But I don't want it to automatically do that for like, because sometimes I'll have you roll stealth checks that have nothing to do with your armor, so I don't want that to happen anymore. Check here. So I want to customize. see. How do I turn off automatic disadvantage? Give me 1 second, everybody. Thanks for being patient. Okay.
So sorry, my armor is so thick and beautiful and loud.
Thick like my ass.
For fucking real.
It's kind of stupid that I can't get that off. So, what I want to do is I want to give you this. You know what? Okay. So what we're going to do from now on is when you roll stealth, if it's not like movement based, if it's like talking based or whispering or something, we're going to have you roll it and we're going to take the number on the left every time. Okay, because that'll be like the first roll.
Okay.
So when it rolls in roll 20 here, you see how it did a 7 and a 3? We're going to take the 7 one because it reads from left to right as the first roll and then the second roll. So we'll do the first roll, that very first one. We'll take that, even if the second one's better. So,
Okie dokie.
let's roll again. Go ahead and roll again so that we can make that like set in stone. Okay, so 15 then, a 15. All right,
Nice.
let me roll for the crowd. Crowd's pretty perceptive. Let me see here. Oh, you guys are still good though. So you guys are able to whisper this without the crowd catching on. This was an important thing. Sorry that took so long, but that was an important thing because if the crowd started hearing that, then
For real.
that would have been bad for you.
You're
So
done
all
for.
good there. You guys have a plan. You're going to fight each other and you're going to let Violet win because she's the underdog and this guy seems to be betting against her. And you're going to try and take that money. So the problem with that, the only problem is you got to bet somebody. Nobody's taking him up on his bet. So either Juniper or Esme somehow or somebody else in the crowd is going to need to take him up on his bet so that you actually get that money because he's not going to just throw 50 gold at the winner. You know what I mean? He's betting
True,
people in the
true.
crowd on you.
Mhm.
Esme?
So
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll volunteer.
So you peek
So-
out of the crate that you're in. You kind of see what's going on, and you're gonna stealthily flutter over to the crowd and try and blend in and get close enough to this rich folk. So go ahead and roll me a stealth check, please, with advantage. So roll twice, take the higher number because everyone's distracted. Okay, so 16. With that, you're able to flutter out. You did not grab any jewelry from this crate, just so we're clear. You kind of deciding that 50 gold might be worth more than any of this jewelry anyway.
Yeah.
So you fly out of this crate. You leave the pan flute on where? Where do you want to leave the pan flute? Or do you want to try and flutter it over to Leanna? The problem is Leanna's surrounded by a crowd right now.
If I could give it to Juniper.
Okay. So you want to flutter over to Juniper. Juniper, roll me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Okay. So Juniper does not seem to notice you at the moment, Esme. So you're going to have to get her attention somehow. She's talking with the shopkeeper, who is currently
Ooh.
handing her a really nice looking shark tooth bracelet.
Where can I put this flute? Let me think.
How big is the flute, by the way?
It's like 4 inches tall and 3 inches wide.
Oh, so it's similar to my size. Okay.
Yeah, but you're able to lift it up. You have fairy strength, which allows you
Yeah.
to carry it pretty easy.
Yeah. If there is a way that I could give it to Leanna or even Violet.
So
Throw it.
I'll give you some ideas here. So first is Leanna and Violet. They are probably off limits here to try and bring this to. if you still want to bet the half orc for money, because once he's seeing you interacting with them, then he's not going to bet you, because if he bets you, you're already on their side. You know, you're already friends with them, so he's not going to take your bet if he sees you interacting with them. You're going to have to be like a stranger, like someone in the crowd type thing. So you don't actually have to give this to anyone if you just want to put it somewhere. And there's a lot of buildings around. You could set it on top of a building. You could try and like put it in a like garbage bin or something like that. There's a few garbage bins around. You could just set it on the ground somewhere. You could hang it up from a tree branch.
Yeah, we could do the tree.
Okay. So you're going to hang it from a tree branch. You flutter over to a tree. Go ahead and roll me a perception check here. Normally she would pocket it, everybody in the chat, but she's a fairy. And fairies aren't great at pocketing giant things. All right, so with a 1, looking around for a tree, you're able to find one, but it is kind of like out in the open. It's in the middle of the street-ish, just kind of chilling out on the corner. It's like a decorative tree. It's one of those decorative trees you'd see on the side of the road type thing. And you hang it from one of the branches, and you flutter away. And you are going to head over to the crowd, where you want to attempt to bet with the half-orc, right?
Yes.
So you fly up to him, and what do you say? As he's like looking around desperately for someone who's like, nobody wants to do 50 gold. It's not that much. Come on, folks.
I'll take that bet.
He raises an eyebrow, looks at you, and you're kind of fluttering in front of his face. He goes, I ain't never seen no one like you before around here. You traveler?
What is it to you?
Good point. 50 gold on the lion. And he yells it.
Rawr.
So you got 50 gold on the tiny little one?
Yep.
He raises an eyebrow again. Go ahead and roll me a deception check with advantage. So roll twice, take the higher number with your deception. 23.
Ooh.
23. He puts out his index finger to shake your hand.
Oh.
All
All right, I'll shake his hand. Yeah.
All right, so you kind of grasp around his index finger and he shakes it. And he puts his 5 platinum, which is 50 gold, in the dirt, like in front. How much money do you have? That'll be in your equipment. I think you probably have like 20 or something.
What is it under?
So under your equipment or like inventory, it should be in the top right there. Like there should be like little icons for money. Do you have any in there?
Yes. It says I have 5 gold.
5 gold? Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have the money to put down. He seems like he's waiting for you to put it down. And he also then notices, kind of getting you out of your own situation, he notices that you're a fairy. And he's like, you keep your money somewhere else. He picks up a gold piece and holds it up to you. It's like as big as you. Like a gold piece is like just a bit smaller than you. And he's like, where do you keep your gold?
I have places.
Fine.
You can find out if you win.
If I feel like I'm being cheated, I'm taking this money back. Points to the...
You won't feel that way.
Okay. So, now what I need is a small description of what Violet and Leanna want to do here as the crowd is gathering around. Most of them are just around to see a fight. Most of them are around to see somebody get their ass kicked, and they're not betting any money on it. But you just noticed that Esme went in with your plan and seems to be trying to make some of that moolah for you.
Hey, so after watching a shit ton of TikTok versus YouTube boxing matches,
Oh no, she's gonna fight like Jake Paul.
I'm gonna be Vinny in this situation. Okay, so like Liana is like trying to punch me, but I'm like, whoa, I juked it really quickly, and yeah, I was like, oh! And now I have an advantage to her backside, so I'm like, oh! I kick her off the floor, and now she's on the floor. Down,
I will play fighting.
And I'm like, are you not ashamed? I go to the crowd, I'm like being really cocky and shit.
I'm just in so much pain on the floor.
Okay, so
yeah, and like Leanna tries to get up, and I kick her down still.
Leanna, do you want to add anything to this?
Oi! You think you can fight me, yeah? You think you can come at me, big mighty lion, yeah? You
Okay,
stupid,
this
you
is-
stupid.
You calling me stupid, yeah? Well, this is Leanna. I'm like putting my leg on, like you calling me stupid.
Oi, 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 oi. All right.
Fall on the floor. You get a punch in. I'm out. I'm knocked out.
You guys start rapping.
Rap battle suddenly.
All right. I need both of you to roll me performance checks with advantage. Now, before you roll, try hitting shift and then clicking performance.
Okay. God bless.
There you go. See, it does it for you.
Whew.
Uh-oh.
Are
So-
you not ashamed?
So, do you guys notice that in roll 20? It's bolded the higher roll that you got there.
Oh.
So, if you do shift click when I tell you to roll with advantage, everybody, it'll roll advantage for you. You don't have to roll twice. You don't have to like click twice. You just do shift click and it'll do it for you.
Oh, okay.
So a 17 and a 21. With those performance checks, I'm going to roll one more check here for the crowd and specifically for the half orc. So I guess it's two more rolls. So one for the crowd. The crowd rolled a 2, so they are not noticing the performance at all, and they are totally buying in. The half orc rolls a 12, which still buys into the performance. As you kick Leanna down, Leanna, you fall into the dirt. Your armor gets all scuffed up, not scuffed, but dirtied up. It's convincing as you're on the ground. Violet, you've got your foot on her chest, and Leanna, what do you say at the end as you've been quote unquote defeated?
Oh, I can't believe you done this.
All right. The crowd starts cheering, and one of the people in the crowd, the same drunken lady who was going fight, fight, fight. She goes, "What's your name?" And she kind of like grabs Violet's hand and like holds it up.
I am Violet.
Violet, 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 and everyone starts like chanting. The half orc. So once Esme gets back here, perfect. Okay. So,
Sorry, hi.
no, you're good. You're good. Perfect. Good timing. So the half orc kicks his platinum over to you and doesn't even lean down to like get it and begins kind of turning and walking away through the crowd.
Yeah,
He seems to have
let's
bought it.
go.
So you have made 50 gold pieces to split among yourselves or just to keep, whatever. And the crowd is all chanting Violet, Violet with her hand up. Leanna, people are like literally like walking over you, like walking by you. Like one person like spits in your direction, but you can't tell who. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, with a 7, it's impossible to tell who in the crowd
Stupid.
just spit at you, but it lands on your armor, kind of smears down it.
Oh, so mad. So mad. Can I like get up and like try to find them? Oh, I've already lost them. Perception. They're gone.
Yeah,
It's
you
close,
looked around and
whatever.
couldn't see it, but you could always shout like, who spit on you? You could try, and intimidate the crowd or something if you want.
I want to roar really loud and be like, "Who bloody spit on me? Yeah, who did this in a pandemic era? You gonna spit on me? Yeah." And then I just kind of walk away because it's not worth it. They already spit on me. I'm gonna cry.
All right. So obviously the people in town not very nice, but you're able to kind of scare them all with your roar. They all kind of back up and like, "Sheesh, sorry." Like they all kind of like back up, scared. They're all surrounding Violet. They lift Violet up and start like, crowd surfing her. Esme, as you are gathering up your 5 platinum You've kind of gathered it all up. It's pretty heavy, but you're able to snag it up. It's when you hold them on top of each other like you would quarters, it's about half your height holding all 5 of these platinum. And who do you want to give it to, since you don't really have a spot for it at the moment?
Is Juniper free?
Juniper is just finishing up her transactions and everything with the shopkeep.
With the shopkeep. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll fly it, or I'll take it over to Juniper.
All right, Juniper, you hear the fluttering of wings behind you, just barely over the crowd, and a little tug at your pocket, and you see 5 platinum pieces drop into your pocket from Esme.
And
And
do
then
I have
no, you don't have to roll or anything. But do you want to do anything else with this reptilian shopkeeper who you've been kind of talking back and forth with before we move on from that?
Nah, I'm done with him. I'm
All
bored.
All right. He says,
Well, let everyone know to come to this shop. Who am I fucking kidding?
and he starts packing his stuff up.
We just crushed his dreams like that.
And Esme, as you fly back over to the tree where you hung the flute, which had like a little hemp thing for you to hang it on, it is not there. It's not at the tree. So if you'd like to look around for it, you can.
I mean, I want to ask Leanne if she really wants it, because we got 50 out of it, like 50 gold. 50 gold. So is it worth it at this point?
I was literally, this whole plan was to give it to all these people, and then they spit on me. That's the whole plan.
You know
Fuck
what?
the
Let's
people.
not give it to them. Yeah, fuck the people.
Fuck the
Let's just
people.
take it. I'm done.
They spit on you and they steal our flute. Like, we might as well just take it.
Yeah, the whole
Split it
honestly.
amongst us.
All right.
Yeah.
So roll me a perception check real quick, Leanna and Esme, please. Real quick perception check. If you're really high here, no luck there. Not sure where the flute went. Somebody either snagged it or it fell off the tree and it's been kicked somewhere. You're not sure, but looking around, you just don't see it.
Yikes.
Unfortunate. Consequences of rolling a 1 on your perception looking for a tree earlier. It was not a very hidden tree.
Thanks.
All right. So, finishing up this interaction, you have lost the flute but gained 50 gold, which is enough to buy like 50 flutes. So,
Yay.
Oh. Perfect. We didn't need
now,
that flute anyway.
if you would like to go buy a flute from the guy, you can. Otherwise, you can move away from that topic. But I don't want to move away from it without giving you that opportunity. If you'd like to, he's not finished packing up.
I don't give a-
Leanna, up to you.
I don't give a fuck about these flutes anymore. I am so mad. I want to leave. I want to get this stupid mother lady, and I want to burn this whole village to the ground.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So the crowd is dispersing. Everyone's kind of dispersing. One thing I will mention is that you're noticing something kind of peculiar about the people in this town, and it is that they are all heading towards the church. They're like all heading in that direction after this like fight and everything. And you can hear some of them repenting out loud. Like, "Dear Father, I'm so sorry that I added to that atrocity in the streets, that fighting in the street. I'm so sorry that I chanted and wanted them to fight each other." And you can hear their whispers and their chanting as they all head towards the church to apologize for what they've done.
Should we follow?
You can if you want. I'm just describing it to you, so if you'd like to follow them to the church, you can. You hear a loud dum, dum, dum. It's 3:00 in the afternoon, and the church is probably not in session. 3:00 is not a normal time for church to be in session, but a lot of people are heading in that direction, which is just, it is peculiar to you. It's not something you've ever seen before. The market is still blazing with people, but you're noticing that only the people that seem like they're travelers are still in the market. Only people who seem like they're traveling through, not locals. All the locals have gone to the church. Only people who aren't part of this whole system are out in the market still. What do you guys want to do?
I think we should see what's going on in the church.
Okay.
Just a little curious.
All right. So, as you guys start heading towards the church, does anyone want to do anything else in the market before we move on to kind of the next scene? Is there anything else, any other items or things people are looking for? As you have 50 gold. Just know that by the time we're probably done with the church scene, I would imagine the market's going to be close to closed.
No, I don't have anything in mind.
Good.
Okay. All right. Then we are going to roll onward as you head towards the church. The tail end of the crowd who was surrounding you in your fight, they are heading inside, and the doors shut behind them. And they don't wait for you guys. They don't wait for you to approach. You kind of are following that tail end of the crowd, like I said, and once those locals are inside, the church closes its doors. You can hear from inside a chanting. And as you're listening to it, it is eerie. Just like this ominous hum from inside that's echoing from inside the church. And like it's about 3:15 in the afternoon, 3:30 in the afternoon. And the people seem to be, it's almost like they were entranced as they went into the church. The stained glass windows that surround the church are depictions of this holy angel coming down and blessing people by pouring water on their heads. The angel is dressed in this beautiful golden armor and has these bright bleach white wings that come out. It has this burning halo on the top of its head. Skin this kind of grayish white color, and its eyes are this amberish gold. Everyone go ahead and roll me a religion check, please. Religion check. Bunch of depictions of this character.
Oh my gosh.
Damn, 2 natural ones.
I say atheist.
Wait, did I
stay
find?
okay, that's good. Good that Leanna rolled high. Okay, so Juniper, Esme, and Violet, not really exactly sure what you're looking at here. Let me roll for 7 real quick, which is Maddie's character. Okay, so 7 and Leanna. I mean, we're gonna pretend that 7 is chilling with you guys, like just kind of quietly walking behind you. So just remember that, even though she's not saying anything, if you want to say something to her, let me know. If you want to get something out of her or whatever, just let me know and we can talk that out. But she's just kind of chilling so that her character is still part of everything. So we'll just say to Leanna then. Leanna, as you're looking at this depiction, this stained glass depiction on the church, you recognize this character called Gabe. Gabe is a all-omniscient angel that is talked about in small towns and rural places as like the one true God. Your experience outside this town, all of you, your experiences outside this town have shown you that there are many different gods, many different pantheons, and all of them are equally as valid. Gabe is, as far as you know, a creature or a character that has existed at some point, but is not like the one true creator. There was a group, like a family of gods that created the world, and there was about probably somewhere between 3 and 5 of them that like really created everything. One of them being Mother, as you've been told. And so Gabe was never part of that, though. Gabe was never mentioned as one of the original creators. It's almost as though he is being falsely idolized as one of those like original creators, one of the 5 original gods. And so you would know that these people have either been told by somebody or read somewhere or taught since they were a kid that Gabe is like the only one true god. And they seem very entranced with that idea. Your knowledge of Gabe, even though you rolled high, Leanna, your knowledge of Gabe is not that high. You just know who it is. You don't know a lot about them, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So you're able to give this information to everybody in the party. You're able to tell them. And so now everyone's kind of caught up and understands who that character is. I would like everyone to now roll me a separate religion check to see how much you know about Gabe. So we'll see, Leanna, if you roll high again, then you not only do you recognize the character, but also you know a lot about them. So everyone go ahead and roll me one more religion check here. You rolled perception,
Yikes.
Leanna.
Oh, oops. Nice.
Holy shit. Okay, so this is actually really cool. So sometimes D&D be like this. So your character is the most religious in the party, being a former paladin, and that makes it kind of interesting that you are also just kind of luckily knowing the most compared to everybody else.
Let's go.
Leanna, you rolled a natural 20, which means I will tell you what you do know about Gabe. Gabe is the trickster god. Gabe is the god of mischief and lies. He's kind of like Loki in this world. And people in small towns and rural areas don't have that information. The information they've been given is that he's the one being, the true god. He's been manipulating and tricking these small towns and villages into worshiping him. And with your natural 20, I'll give you some information that most people don't know, but you do. And that is, the more people that worship a god, the more powerful that god becomes. So if you are a lesser god, it's because not a lot of people worship you or give offerings or that kind of thing. If you're a very powerful god, then a lot of people all around the continent, all around the world, they worship you or give you, you know, some kind of offerings or whatever. And so you know a lot about this character. You've seen a lot of people be manipulated by Gabe, and you're seeing it happen here too. That's what's going on. Is this town has been manipulated probably since its inception to worship him and continue to give him power.
Makes me angry. I don't like that. The one thing I hate is that type of manipulation with religion on these innocent people. Like, I might be evil, but I'm not gonna take stuff from people that are like lesser and like need help, I guess. I don't know, that pisses me off. I don't like that. I think I'm gonna go, I get angry and I kind of like start throwing stuff around. I'm like, you guys are stupid. Like, do you not understand what's going on here? Like, you're all literally being tricked into worshiping this false god, and I don't know. I try to convince them that they're all fools and that I can help them.
Okay, so right now you are outside the church with your party. The doors have been shut. You can just hear that chanting inside. So all of the townspeople who are being manipulated are kind of cut off from you right now. They're behind closed doors inside the church.
Can we get in?
You can try. You can try if you want. If you want to try and break down the doors or break the windows or sneak in somewhere else, you can try. Otherwise, you can kind of throw things around out here and talk to the people who are in the market. I imagine you tell your party what you know, but you can tell me if you don't do that.
No, I'm going to let them know. I'm going to tell them. How do you guys feel about this situation? Do you think it's worth it, or do we just leave?
Honestly, after what they did to you when you lost, I'm like, fuck this town, man. It's already fucked.
Yeah,
You're kind of right.
I honestly agree.
These things are so sensitive to me, having this past with religion and being a paladin. It's a bit of a trigger but I do agree that these bitches spit on me. So thank you for bringing me to my senses. So y'all can figure out what we're gonna do next. If we want to help them, we help them. If not, we go.
I guess we can go on our way of finding the first thingamajig.
Thingamajig, yeah. I don't think it's worth it. I think it's gonna take us off track from what we need to do.
Can
It's
I
not
just
really any of our
burn the
business.
church down?
We could burn the church down.
Like
That would be
secretly?
fun.
That would be quite fun.
As
Can we do
punishment?
that?
With
Do
the
we have
people
enough-
inside?
Do we have the supplies? Yes.
Yeah. Like, why not?
Okay.
I mean,
It
they'll
is
be
a
freed
stone
from their
church.
ignorance.
It is a stone church. It's the only
Oh.
stone building in the entire town. Like I said, it's the biggest and most extravagant building in the whole town. And you also know, although these people are assholes, they may be of use to you as well. Being easily manipulated, they could be of use to you. Think what happens when someone like opens your eyes and tells you the truth about something? Like what do you feel about what do you feel towards someone who tells you the truth about something that you've always wondered about, or something that you like? How do you feel towards someone who you know really opens your eyes?
Appreciative.
You regard them very highly, right? If someone like really
True.
tells you the truth about something that you've been manipulated in, or like it's like if someone's someone tells you like, oh, like I saw your boyfriend like cheating on you, like here's some pictures, like, oh, okay, well,
Is it worth it to free these people though? Like, they're here and they're gonna live this life in this small village for probably the rest of their life. And if this god brings them some sort of, I don't know, comfort or whatever, whether or not they're being manipulated, I'm gonna just say, go be stupid. Go have it. I don't care
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, it's not really any of our concern.
Yeah,
I know
true,
where
true,
I
true.
know where Commander is coming from. Like, if they realize that Gabe is a liar, then they might worship us instead.
Oh,
But at the same time,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
at the same time, will it be that easy to like
the whole
let
group
them
of
change their
people.
perception on the god? Yeah, there's so many people,
And they might
They're-
see us as like blasphemous and like try to kick us
We
out of
just
town.
started a fight in the market. They were all there earlier.
For real.
I will not tell you where to go on this, because I will tell you right now, there's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer. This is
should
your
just-
decision wholly. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that there is pros and cons to both sides of your argument.
Don't just let them be. I think I'm gonna go on letting them be.
I think we should, because at the same time, like, do we want a bunch of assholes worshiping us? Like, is it
For real. Like, if I want somebody to worship me, I don't want them to be stupid enough to believe this false god.
That is true.
and spitting on people and shit like that?
Exactly.
So,
All right.
Okay, let's just leave. It's gonna be difficult to get into church, anyways.
All right. So you guys walk away from the church. And with that, I will say the market is still open then. If you would like to purchase anything, I'll give you one last chance here to do that. Otherwise, you have people you can talk to. You can learn some information about the place you're going, or you can head back to the mansion and really kind of dig in deep with some of those NPCs if you want to kind of leave the town. Just remember, this whole thing is kind of your home world. Imagine it if you've ever played MMO. There's a lot of golden quest markers just chilling around, either side quests or fetch quests or information quests or whatever that are just chilling around for you to discover. So you tell me what you guys want to do, and I'll help describe that to you. If you want more information about things, I can describe more NPCs about the town. If you want to buy things from the market, tell me, and I'll describe some more things you can buy. If you want to go back to the mansion, we can do that.
Should we ask around to see if anybody knows anything about like this mother, to see if we're not just getting tricked by this bitch in a mansion?
All right. You walk away from the church. What do you guys think? Teamwork. Talk it out.
Wait, can we find somebody to ask them?
Is that what you want? You're asking me, or are you asking the group?
Yeah. No, you.
Okay. So the thing about learning like more about Mother is your best option is probably one of the priests at the church, being as they're the most religious people in town.
I gotta go back.
So if you wanted that information, you could wait till they're done with their kind of ceremony and try and kind of go into the church and find somebody who knows something. Your other option is to ask some of the other NPCs at the mansion. If you want to go back up to the mansion, you could ask your little rat buddy. You could ask Jasper. You could ask somebody other than Licka if you wanted. Although you're not sure, how much they're under her thumb or not.
Jennifer, what are you thinking?
You could go to the library. There's a library in town. You could go to the library and try and do your own research.
Oh, a library?
Mhm.
Are you guys down to head over to the library? Because I don't know if I want to hop in this church, and I don't know if I want to go back to the mansion just yet.
As long as the book has pictures in it, I'm not doing the reading.
Fine with me.
All right. So you guys are on your way to the library, and as you're walking there, you hear a voice call out from behind you. You guys can see the library in the distance. It's about another 2-minute walk or so. It's a large wooden building, but you hear a voice behind you holler out, and it says, "Oi! Hey! Yeah, I remember you." And as you turn around, you see a large half-orc in a very nice white suit, now flanked by 4 people on each side. And they are all wearing tuxedos and kind of mobster gear from like a 1920s mobster movie. They're all different races of people, and they're holding weapons, some daggers, some swords. And he's pointing his own longsword at Esme, who is flying away. And Esme, as you turn around, you recognize it's the guy who gave you 5 platinum, and from the fight. And he says, "Hey, I think I'd like my 5 platinum back."
Fuck.
I won your 5 platinum fair and square.
Yeah, well, nothing actually works out fair and square around here now, does it? Cough it
You're
up.
not getting this back. I'm sorry.
He kind of tilts his sword a little bit so that it's kind of flattened now, pointing at you, and he says, "Are you saying you're choosing to die over 5 platinum?"
Who says I'm gonna die?
Oh.
Get her, boys. And all of the people rush forward, and I need everybody here to roll me initiative, please. So on your character sheet, there is a spot for initiative, and it's like right above your biggest box. It's next to the armor class that's like at the shield that says armor class. There's like a box for initiative. There we go. Okay, I see. Yep, everyone's found it. Okay, perfect. All right. So we're going to have Juniper up first. We're going to have Leanna up second. Esme third.
I run and use the restroom real quickly.
Yep, no worries.
Thank you.
Let me roll for my... I misspoke, by the way. It's 3 people on each side. So it's 6 flunkies and the main guy. In his tux. So it's a total of 7 enemies. Okay. Oh, wow, that's funny. All right. Let me get your map here real quick. I know we already practiced this a little bit before we ever played, but I want to make sure we get some more practice in here, so... Oh, I also need to roll for Good Boy, because Good Boy's with you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Good Boy actually rolled really well, too. Let me erase this and redraw. Give me 1 second.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. I actually have to pee too.
Go for it.
Okay, thank you, Commander.
No, I'm the only person that has her camera on. Hi guys, this is my stream now. My name is Violet Richie.
Violet
And-
Richie?
I don't know why. Because I'm rich.
Leanna Wealthy.
Liana Wealthy. I want everyone to give me $100 each. Please.
Cash out below.
PayPal. Yep.
Nins Cohen's dog.
Vince Cohen's. Eat the rich? Well, I'm not rich, so you can't really eat me now, can you?
All these names, that's why I work for you.
Eat the richie. Ah, shit.
For real? Wait, what? Eat the rich, bro. What are they gonna do about us?
My father is Lionel Richie. Imagine. Wait, what is one of his songs though? Hello.
He has like that one song, Lady.
Ooh. Oh, my favorite song is All Night Long. All night. All night. That's my dad. All night.
Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor. Something is something. It fits the theme.
Yeah, it fits the theme. That is so true. Maybe that should be the theme song of this campaign.
For real. Maybe our bard. Do we have a bard? No, we don't have a bard.
Using the flute. Oh, we don't have the flute. Never mind. Can't
Did
sing
anybody
the
go
song.
potty? Oh yeah, our flute. We lost that and I got spit on.
Man.
Where did I put? Okay, we're good. And then grab my.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
All right, and I got this guy. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
You're fine.
I found out that my last name is Violet Richie
Elaborate.
because I eat the rich.
Oh, I love it. Yep.
Yeah, it works.
That fits so well. Richie.
What's another like synonym for rich, wealthy? That's all the only thing I know.
Rich synonym. Affluent. Well off. Prosperous.
My name is Esme Well Off. I am Leanna Wealthy.
Okay. Esme well off. Capitalist scum.
Affluent, moneyed. Moneyed? That's a word? MONEYED.
I like that. Moneyed.
Esme moneyed.
Money? Sounds like a rapper.
The definitions. Oh, I thought those were like synonyms, but it just says cooking and mechanics. Nope. What'd your rapper name be?
Esme Moneyed. That was it right there.
So people with currency get moneyed. Real. Capitalist scum. I'm ready to fight people and to break some bones. I'm so excited.
Same. Can't wait to win.
Real.
I don't know. All of my rolls today are so bad. So
Me
I
too.
don't know how I'm gonna do.
Literally same. Like it's just a bad day for the dice, man.
Yeah. It's the bad day for the rogues.
I would agree.
But you're very religious. Look at that.
Yeah, for real.
You
What's up
have
about
God
that?
on your side.
Literally.
All right. So, everyone go ahead and on your character sheet, what I'd like you to do is click on in that big box in the bottom right, like the biggest box on your character sheet, there should be a little tab called Actions. So I want you to click on the Actions tab.
Okay.
The Actions tab is where you do like your main action for your turn. It's like the main thing that you're able to do. But you'll notice there's a bunch of little tabs under it. When you click on the Action tab, there's a bunch of little tabs under it, and one of them says Bonus Action. You see that?
Yeah.
Anyone not
Yes.
see that? Okay. So bonus
Wait.
action is something that
Bonus
you're good. What's up?
I'm so sorry. It's so hard to use this push to talk thing.
You're good.
You said bonus action. It's an action, and then actions, and then I scroll down.
So don't scroll anywhere. In that big box in the bottom right, click on the Actions tab. The big bottom right box. Good there?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you'll see it says all, attack, action, bonus action, reaction. You see that? It's like tabs underneath it. Small black tabs. I don't know if they're black. They might be gray.
I'm so sorry. I'm having a little bit of a difficult time finding this. I'm in the
You're good.
action box, and then I see actions, and it says attack per action.
So look above that. Does it say
All
attack,
action. Oh my goodness, yeah, I'm in the action section,
Yep,
but I don't
perfect.
see the one thing you're talking about.
So you should say, it should see, oh my gosh, my brain. There should be a spot that says bonus action. Do you see that, everybody?
Okay, found it.
So everyone sees the bonus action tab. Click on that and kind of memorize what you can do as a bonus action. If it says 2 weapon fighting, that means that if you're holding like 2 daggers or 2 swords, you can use your bonus action on your turn to attack. So don't forget that. The reason I'm having you look at the bonus actions here is because those are like the mini action you can do on your turn after or before your main action. So I don't want you to waste these opportunities is what I mean. So like I know that Leanna, you can do I think like a roar as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Once per short rest. So don't forget that you can do that even if you've already attacked with a weapon on your turn or done something else on your turn.
Ooh, okay.
It's your bonus action. So I'm going to put in the Discord chat a little reminder of what your things you can do in combat is. So give me a second here. 1 action, 2 movement, 3 bonus action, 4 anything else is an interaction, and then this one is special. The last thing you can do is called a reaction, and you can do that on other people's turns, and you'll see there's a little tab for that too, everybody. There's a little tab for reaction. It should say opportunity attack for everybody when you click on that. Remember, that's if an enemy moves away from you. So like if they're right next to you and they move away, you can opportunity attack them with your reaction, and you get that back at the start of your turn. So it like refreshes at the start of each of your turns. So those are per round of combat. And I'm going to put it right here in the Discord for you. Reaction is on anyone's turn. All right. So I added you in the Discord there. You should be able to see what the things you can do in combat is. So you get an action, you get movement, you get bonus action. Anything else is called an interaction, and you get one of those too. So like talking to somebody or sheathing a weapon or pulling out a weapon, that's an interaction. And then that reaction is special. That's why I put it in its own little spot. That's not on your turn usually. That's on someone else's turn, like if an enemy, again, is moving away from you or something like that. And I'll remind you of those things when they happen. But I think the first thing I should do is show you the map. So... add map. Yes. Our first map. A pretty good one too. Alright, move all this below the overlay. Sorry about this. Thought I had it all set up, which is why I'm kind of flustered. I thought I already had it, but I didn't.
You're chilling.
All right, so on Zoom here, I'll show you the map is right there. And it's not as bright as I want it to be. But we're chilling. Put it right here. All right. So you guys are at the top. Let me transition that over. You guys are at the top of the map. And unless you say otherwise, Esme, I have your tiny little token here. It's the little tiniest one there. I'm going to put that on Violet's shoulder.
Okay.
Okay, unless you tell me otherwise. I'm going to point to everyone's token and let you know kind of who you are and where you are. So here is Esme's token. It's the tiny one there. There is Violet. Okay, you can see my pointing here. There is Juniper. Juniper is right in the middle there. This is Leanna. This is Maddie's character back here. This is Seven. And then way back here, this is Good Boy. Okay?
Oh, I forgot about Good Boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Good Boy's with you. These are your bad guys. Our main guy is the half-orc here in the middle. I have him as just like a mobster character to give you an idea. So he's just like a regular mobster kind of looking guy. The rest of them, it doesn't really matter what their races and stuff are. I just kind of picked random tokens, but they're a bunch of male, like mercenaries. They look like they are kind of like members of the mob, quote unquote. And they're all dressed in kind of black tuxes, red rose, Tommy gun type look. They don't have Tommy guns, but they have like, you know, weapons, bows and arrows, that kind of stuff. The two in the back here. What'd you say?
Oh, no, I was just talking about Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So these two back here, this is a Minotaur and this is a Kobold, which is like a little lizard dude. These two have bows and arrows, and they're in the very back. The rest of them have melee weapons. And this thing in the middle here, this blue thing, this is a fountain. You guys are separated by a fountain with a beautiful dove landscape coming out of it and water kind of trickling out. And then these lines are buildings. You guys are kind of like on a street right now going towards the library. The library is like way back there behind you. So you're in the middle of the street, big fountain kind of in the middle. On either side are buildings, so there's no real place to run. And you guys are face down by the bad guys. Juniper, you're actually the first up here in combat. And
Oh boy.
the fountain is somewhat obscuring your vision from the rest of the group, but you can easily move around it. If you look in Discord there where I added you guys, the Discord we're talking in right now, if you look in the Elegant Evil section, you'll see all the things you can do, action, movement, bonus action, all that stuff, and you can do them in any order. So you can move and then attack, or you can attack and then move, or cast a spell, or, you know, kind of whatever order you want to do it in.
Mm-hmm.
So, bad guys facing you down, they're all going to move at some point when it's their turn, but right now you're starting us off. So what would you like to do? You have spells. You can check your spells and see if there's anything there that interests you. Let me look here. Kind of help you through these first combats.
Yeah. I know I have like the Druidcraft, the Magic Stone, but most of my stuff is like the curing and whatnot.
You do have one kind of area of effect spell called Entangle, if you wanted to try that one out. So that's like a 20-foot cube or 20-foot square that a bunch of vines come out and like wrap around the people and like hold them in place if you want to try something like that. Otherwise, you can do Magic Stone to attack somebody from range if you wanted to do that.
We can try the Entangle.
All right. So on your character sheet there, where it says, you see the spot where it says Entangle?
Yeah.
Hit the cast button next to it. All right. So it's a DC 12 save that my bad guys have to make. So they have to roll a dice, and they need to roll a 12 or higher. Otherwise, they get entangled. If they roll a 12 or higher, they don't get entangled. So the other thing you need to do is where it says the entangle spell, if you look kind of to the top right, it says slots there with 2 boxes. Tick off one of those boxes because you've cast one of those first level spells. So you tick off one of those boxes, and I'll roll for the bad guy here. I'll let you kind of see what I'm rolling here. Let me grab my better dice here. All right. So the first one is for the main guy, and he's got a 14, so he's not going to get entangled. And then I'm going to roll for the bad guys here. So first we'll roll for the bad guys to his left. I'm just going to do all one roll together. And they get a -1. So they're going to all get entangled. These 3 are all going to get entangled. These 3 on the other side of him, they rolled a 14 -1, which is a 13. They're still going to save. So these 4 are safe from entanglement. These 3 are going to get entangled, and you'll notice I flipped them upside down with red X's.
Nice.
Which means they are grasped in vines. So as you put your hand out, everyone, you watch as behind the fountain, all the guys are like pulling out their weapons, about to charge at you. And the 3 to the right, your guys' right, if you were looking at the mobsters, it would be to your right. The 3 on the right, they are pulling out their weapons, and these vines sprout out of the mud and the dirt beneath their feet and start wrapping up their ankles and their legs, and they all whoop, and get wrapped up and fall down to the ground, tied up in these entangling weeds. And these 3 are restrained, which gives you guys all kinds of bonuses. Let's see. The rest of them, they slash away at the weeds and are able to stop them from wrapping around. So now that you've done your action, you still have a bonus action and your movement for your turn. So would you like to stay put? Would you like to move? It's a pretty open area.
Yeah, but
you can move up to 6 squares.
Yeah, I think I just want to stay behind the thing.
Okay, so chilling behind the fountain. And then last thing is for your bonus action on your turn, you can... Let me double check here. You could ready up a magic stone for next turn if you wanted. You could like lean down to the ground, grab a stone, and turn it magical for your next turn if you want. You could also teleport with your phase step ability. If you want to teleport 30 feet, you can do that. But you said you didn't want to move, so I wouldn't do that. But yeah, you can ready up a magic stone if you want.
I'll do that.
All right, so it's like you're preparing for next turn. So you've got up to 3 pebbles. So we'll say you grab 3 rocks off the ground and imbue all of them with magic stone. All right. Leanna, you're up next.
All right. I want to... Let me see.
So you're this one right here.
Or where at? Right there?
Yeah, on the right.
Okay. So can we do it's like one at a time, or I can move forward and then attack?
You can do them in any order you want.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna move forward, and that dude on I think it's like my right, over where you're at. Yeah, right there. Move forward, and then I want to do. Let me check again. Hold on. With my actions, I want to attack him with the Warhammer.
All right. So where it says the Warhammer, go ahead and click the plus. I think it says plus.
Yeah, the +5.
Yes, click that. 24 is definitely going to hit. So that's remember. So just to remind you guys what is happening, Shark is rolling for if she hits with her weapon. That's what she's trying to do here. So she gets a +5 bonus because it's like a great hammer and she's very strong. So it gives her kind of her strength bonus on being able to hit the creature that she's trying to hit. And the number, the 24, is her ability to beat that character's armor class, which you guys have armor classes too. So if you look on your character sheet, you'll see your armor class is kind of in the middle top in like a shield icon. That's the number enemies have to beat with their attacks to try and hit you. You rolled a 24 to beat this guy's armor class. I'm just going to tell you, his armor class is 13. So you kicked his ass. Now you roll damage. So now we roll damage. So click on the button next to it, next to the +5, to the right of it.
The one at the top or the one at the bottom? There's two of them.
Ooh, are you two-handing it or one-handing it is the question.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I'm gonna go just one hand.
All right, so then do the D8, the top one. All right, so it rolls both anyway, which is fine. It rolled 10 damage. So you take your hammer and whoom, and as you hit this guy, you knock him out. Do you want to kill him or do you want to just knock him out?
I want to kill him. He just threatened, they threatened all of us.
All right, so he's kind of a short little halfling guy. He pulls out his dagger and he's like, ah! And he's like running towards you as you bring your hammer around and just clock him in the head, knock him out. And he's like bleeding out on the ground like dead. He like flies over and like hits a building and falls down.
Puny man.
So that is your action. You still have... You can still move one more square if you want. So you want to move like right here, you can, or you can move right here. You still have one more square of movement. Otherwise, you can bonus action if you have a bonus action, if you want to roar or something like that. Up to you. Esme, you're on deck, so you're going to be the next person to go after the bad guys. They're going to go before you.
I think I'm just going to move in front of the dude that's to the square right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
So yeah, you can use the compass to help me. So you can say like move west one square,
cool.
south one square.
Thank you.
So yeah,
Yeah,
west.
I'm going to go west one square.
Perfect. All right. Next is Good Boy's turn. Good Boy is going to run right there. Actually, he can run through your square.
Yo, the raid.
All right. Whoa. I didn't see. Yo, Maria, thank you for the raid. Sorry, guys. We're doing combat. Sorry. Hi, Maria. Hi, everybody from Maria's stream. Hope you guys had an awesome stream. We're doing combat. This will be the last thing we do for today because we're already kind of over time, but we're going to burn through it. So, make sure everyone gets a chance to do their cool thing. Hi, Maria. Hi, everybody from Maria's stream. Hello, hello. Okay, so Good Boy runs up. And next time, don't worry, I'm gonna make sure my map is a little bit nicer for next time because it's kind of
Someone's
dark.
at my door. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
so
good.
sorry.
So Good Boy runs past the fountain up to the people who are all entangled here, and he's going to breathe his fire breath on them. So this large black lab opens up his mouth and begins to breathe fire on these people who are tied up in these vines. They are all going to instantly fail their checks, and they are going to take 6 points of fire damage each. As the flames go across them, they are all almost completely dead just from that. As Good Boy breathes the fire on them, and he says,
This is what I live for.
And you can all hear it. And the guy next to him, the main bad guy, the kind of mobster dude, he like his eyes get real big, like, oh shit, like I was not expecting this at all. And then it is now the flunky's turn as they are going to try and break out of their vines. Fail there. Success. Success. Okay. So that guy succeeds, that guy succeeds, that guy stays restrained. These ones are going to move up. This one's going to move back, actually, and fire an arrow at Leanna. He's going to miss. This one is going to pull out his short sword and attack Leanna. That one's going to hit. Okay. So he's going to deal 3 damage to Leanna. So when she gets back, I'll remind her of that. And then our main guy is going to head straight for Esme, who took his money. Okay. I do need to check with Shark when she gets back, because she gets an opportunity attack on him as he leaves her area. But he is going to pull out his longsword and take a swing at you, which is a 17 to hit. Esme, what is your armor class? And the
14.
Shield. 14. Okay, so that is going to hit you as you flutter off of Violet's shoulder so she doesn't take a hit. And roll your longsword damage here. Okay. So you're going to take 4 points of slashing damage. As the sword slices across you, you're able to kind of flutter out of the way of some of it. But the sword does nick you, and he says, "Oh, you really gonna die over this 5 platinum, aren't you?" Esme, it's your turn.
Can I hide behind Good Boy?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So if you want to fly away from this guy, though, he's gonna get an opportunity attack on you. He's gonna get that opportunity to try and strike you if you fly away. So if you want, you can use what's called the disengage action. This is kind of high level D&D, but the disengage action lets you move without taking opportunity attacks. It just means you can't do any other actions this turn. You can't like attack somebody or something. You know, you're spending your whole turn defending yourself basically. If you want. Otherwise, you could just attack this guy. Pick his nose with your tiny weapons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna fly away from him if possible. Well,
right.
the one that, yeah.
So you want to take the disengage action?
Yes, please. That's what it's called. Yes.
All right. So I think, let me double check here. I think you get it level 2, but let me double check. You might have cunning action as a rogue. I think it's a level 2 thing though, which you're going to be after this anyway.
Tiny weapons.
Okay, so bonus action. Okay, so you don't have it yet. You'll have it next turn.
Okay.
Or not next turn, next level, I mean. All right, so you fly over to Good Boy and hide behind him, and the guy, the mobster guy, kind of follows you with his eyes as he turns away from you, Violet.
And I do an opportunity.
It is actually your turn. He's not walking away. He is.
Sorry, I'm
he
back.
is just chilling in front of you, but he is turned around.
Headphones on. Hello.
Hi. Welcome
Hi.
back.
I'm so sorry.
You're good. You took 3 damage. So in the top right of your character sheet, with your hit points, subtract 3 from those hit points.
Okay.
And then you also got an opportunity attack because the main bad guy walked away from you to go hunt down Esme. So you can attack him if you want with your hammer.
Okay. I'm gonna attack him with my hammer.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack first, the +5. This is your reaction. You're using your reaction to do this. All right, a 14 is going to hit this guy. So go ahead and roll your damage with the one-handed, since that's what you were using before. All right, 7. So you bring the hammer across his back as he's walking away. The hammer hits him in the back, and he lets out a grunt, and he says, "I'll be back for you." And he heads over to Esme. Then that whole thing happens where he attacks Esme. Esme flies away over to Good Boy, And now we're on Violet's turn. Violet,
Sure.
bad guy right in front of you. The main bad guy.
I guess I can use so I'm right in front of him, right? Like right in front.
Yeah. So he's kind of facing away from you as he's following Esme around. So you
Then
kind of get like a little
maybe I can
backstab on him.
Yeah.
I can use my like maybe a short sword. The
So-
stuff that are like
Yeah, you could do a short
huge.
sword, you could do a rapier, you could do a dagger. Your choice.
Okay, I'll do the rapier.
All right. So go ahead and click the +4 next to the rapier. All right, 15 is going to hit. So now go ahead and roll the 1d8 plus 2. Click on that. Which is next to it. To the right. All right. So 4 damage. You do not have sneak attack on this particular attack. But you do 4 damage to him as you pierce him in the side with the rapier, and he turns around and grunts at you aggressively, pulling out his sword and kind of swinging it in your direction and missing. You have your movement if you still want to move. He already used his... Oh, he didn't use his reaction yet. So, if you want to move away, he will get to attack you. If you want to just stay there, you can. You could also move around him and not proc his opportunity attack. If you just stay within 5 feet of him, you could move around him, like try and block him off or whatever
Yeah,
you want
sure.
to do.
Like I'll move around him.
Moving around to
Yeah.
the front. All eyes on me. All right. He's sufficiently distracted by you. Juniper, you're up. Leanna, you're on deck.
Bold.
Your friend here, 7, moves to the side here and throws a dagger at this guy, by the way. She hits. So yeah, go ahead, Juniper.
Is this where I use my magic stone?
You can. If you'd like to use your magic stone, you totally can. You can also... Well, it's kind of up to you. Your level 1 druid's pretty weak, I'll just say. But you're going to become one of the strongest people in the party as you level
Ignore
up. Right
that.
now, you're just kind of nature girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Wow.
magic stone's probably your strongest thing.
No one's in like too much like injured, so I'm not gonna use any of that stuff. So I would say that magic stone is really my only option here.
All right, sounds good. So click on the plus, what is it? 4 magic stone. It's +4 next to it. Yeah, click on the +4 next to magic stone. 19's gonna hit. I'm assuming. Well, I guess who do you want to throw with a magic stone at? Because you can really hit any of the bad guys in this area. So, this is a bad guy. That's a bad guy. Like basically these here, or you can go for the guy right next to you.
Yeah, I'll just go for the guy right next to me.
The big bad. All right. That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll the damage. So click on the 1d6 plus 2 that's next to it. All right. 6 bludgeoning. This time you throw a rock and hits the guy right in the forehead as he was already kind of turned around and flailing around, the big mafia guy. And he's like, what the fuck? And he's just angry that he just got hit in the head with a rock. And he's now kind of, his attention is split between the 3 of you, Esme, Violet, and Juniper, as he's kind of flailing around now. Anything else you want to do, Juniper?
Other than laugh at him, no, not much.
Laughing is free. You can do that anytime. Perfect. Leanna, you're up. Esme, you're on deck after the NPCs.
I'm still in front of that one dude, right?
Yep, you're in front of the flunky down here.
And then my last hit didn't really do much damage to him.
Your last hit killed this guy. You didn't get to hit this guy yet.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna do my roar.
Okay.
Roar.
So, your roar, you can target, I think, anything within 10 feet of you. Let me double check. I think you can can scare anything within 10 feet of you, but I don't know if it's everything or you get to pick. So let me double check, because you've got allies next to you that you might not want to scare. Okay, as a bonus action, creatures of your choice within 10 feet that can hear you must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the end of your turn. So that's your bonus action. So go ahead and click on the little tick mark for Daunting Roar. It's under your bonus action on your character sheet.
Okay.
Click on that little tick mark. And then my bad guys are going to roll, so within 10 feet of you, so it's these two bad guys. Unless you want to move right here, then you can get those 3.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll move and
Actually, you
then
can get all 4 of these guys. So you're going to move right there?
Yes.
All right. So 10 feet of you, yep, that's 5, 10, yep, okay. So these guys are all going to roll. We're going to roll this guy first. He fails, so he's going to be affected by it. This guy's going to roll next. He succeeds. This guy's going to roll next. He succeeds. This guy's going to roll last. He fails. So these 2 are frightened of you, which means they can't move towards you. They get disadvantage on any attacks while you're within their line of sight, like while they can see you, because they're scared. So they're like got their eyes closed and they're like, ah. These 2 not so scared though. All right.
Okay.
So when you do your roar, these 2 let out a horrible shudder, and these 2 are just kind of determined to try and kick your ass. So these 2 are the ones you probably want to worry about right now.
Okay. Can I do another action?
Yep. You still have your attack for your turn if you want.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let me check my attacks real quick.
Yeah, you've got a Great Axe, Warhammer. Great Axe has the most opportunity to do the most damage, if you want to go with that.
Can I do like one of those like swing hits where I maybe try and hit both of them?
There is unfortunately there's no real way to do that from where you're standing, because they're like 10 feet apart. So it's just kind of
okay.
Yeah. So you can hit either one of them that you want, though.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the dude to the east
All right.
of me.
Perfect.
With my Great Axe.
All right, go ahead and roll the +5 for Great Axe. 20's gonna hit.
Yo.
Go ahead and roll the damage, the D12. 13. Yeah, you just fucking kill that guy.
Let's fucking go.
So, each of these bad guys has 10 HP if you haven't realized.
Oh shit.
Each of these flunkies has 10 HP. So they get sliced up. And as you bring your Great Axe across, that guy just falls to pieces. And this is a gruesome fight. There's like blood like all over like this area. Just fucking from Leanna just murdering people. All right. Anything else you want to do? You want to move? You can still move up to 5 more squares if you want.
I'm gonna move up north and then west, so I'd be in front of that one dude. And then who's that character who's right next to me?
This is Violet, right next to you.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go there.
All right, perfect. Good Boy is going to move right here and bite into the guy that's tangled up. And he's going to hit, because he has advantage, yep. And he bites through this guy's skull and busts it.
Yo, good boy.
He lets out a nice roar. And then the flunkies are going to go. This guy is going to fire an arrow at Good Boy and hit as the arrow stabs into Good Boy's collarbone area. And he lets out a groan. Actually does quite a bit of damage. This next guy is going to swing on Esme. Actually, no, he's going to swing on Good Boy because Good Boy shot him with fire. He's more scared of Good Boy. Alright, he's going to miss as he swings his sword down on Good Boy. The Tuxedo Mobster is going to now pull out a second sword. Now he's dual-wielding swords, and he is going to take 2 slashes. One on Esme, or sorry, not one on Esme. One on Violet and one on Juniper. So the first one is going to go towards Violet. That is going to be a 14 to hit you, Violet. What's your armor class?
I am 13.
Okay, so that is going to hit. So you're going to take 6 points of slashing damage from that hit. And the other attack's going to go towards Juniper. And that one's going to be 7 points of slashing damage, Juniper. Sorry, Juniper, it might not hit you. I don't know what your armor class is. Does a 14 hit you?
My armor class is 14.
Okay, so that just barely hits you then.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you make the armor class, like if it's equal to or higher, then it hits. Just so you know.
Do I update my hit points?
Yeah, so in the top right, update your hit points there. Esme, you're up. Flunky's in front of you. There's another flunky back here who missed with an arrow on Maddie's character earlier. So there's 3 flunkies left, and then the main bad guy back here.
Okay, can I throw a dagger at the one in front of me?
Yeah, you probably just want to stab him, not throw it, because ranged attack when somebody's right next to you is actually harder, because they're right next to you.
I wasn't sure how close he was.
Yeah. So when they're in the square immediately adjacent to you, that is called melee range, so you're just going to want to stabby stab with your regular dagger.
Alright, we'll do that. Should I just roll it?
Yeah, so click on the plus, I think it's plus 5 or plus 4.
Yeah, plus 5.
Yep, 15 is going to hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Nice. Okay.
It's the D4 next to the plus 5.
Yeah.
There we go. 4 piercing.
Right? Okay.
That is going to finish off this guy because he took the 6 fire damage earlier. And as you bring your dagger down on him, he lets out a groan and falls limp to the ground. Esme, you are free to move here. There's no bad guys next to you anymore, so you can move kind of wherever you want without fear of anyone attacking you.
Okay, I'll go back to Violet and I'll help her out with the main dude.
All right. And then Violet, your turn as Esme flutters back onto your shoulder. You hear a groan of pain from behind you from whoever she just killed.
I'll try the dagger.
All right. So go ahead and you can actually dual wield daggers if you like sheath your sword, pull out both daggers. You can do 2 attacks.
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do that. So do I press it twice?
Yeah. So do the first attack, hit the plus 4. Yep, okay. That is going to miss this guy. 12 is going to miss. So first miss. Now as your bonus action, you do the other attack. So now click plus 4 again. That one's going to hit.
Okay.
And go ahead and roll the damage. So the D4 plus 2. All right. So 3 here as the dagger, as you plunge it kind of into his shoulder, he lets out a groan and yanks the dagger out and kind of pushes you back a little bit. And that is your turn, Violet. Do you want to move?
Yes, I want to move further away because I am injured.
Okay. So he will get an opportunity attack on you if you just move away from him. He may miss. So it's a gamble. If he misses, you're good. If he hits, you might go unconscious here. It's up to you. You're not going to die if you go to 0 HP.
I'm going to stay.
You're going to stay?
I'm going to give him the chance, yeah.
Yeah, you're surrounded by your allies. It's probably best to stay.
Yeah.
Plus, you have your healer right next to you. Or Juniper, I mean. All right, so Juniper, speaking of which, it's your turn. Leanna, you're on deck after Juniper.
Okay. Who's the most injured right now?
Violet or I think it's Violet or you.
I have 9 on the. Sorry to interrupt, but is the overlay?
There's something going on the overlay.
Oh, does that show our health on the overlay?
On the interactive overlay, yeah.
Oh, because it says I have 12 on mine, but then on my thing I have 9.
You may have to refresh. I'm not sure if it automatically refreshes or
okay.
not.
Okay. Let me see. I can... Wait, Esme, right?
Yeah.
Esme is hurt? It says 5 out of 9 for me for Esme.
Yeah, I have 5 out of 9.
Violet's probably the most hurt. I think she took.
I am 3 out of 9.
Oh, it shows 9 out of 9 for me. Okay, so I will use my cure wounds if I can for Violet.
Sure.
Thank you,
Yep.
guy.
So go ahead and roll the. If you step up right next to the bad guy, you can kind of reach across the fountain and get her. So that'll work. Otherwise, you can go all the way around the fountain. Yeah, you can go all the way around the fountain if you want to get behind her.
Yeah, I'll do it from behind.
All right. So then go ahead and click on the D8 thing next to Cure Wounds. And you heal for 8, Violet.
I'm overhealed.
Overheal. Very nice. All right, so that's your action. And you've already got some magic stones, so you can do a magic stone if you want. Go ahead and roll the magic stone attack if you want for your bonus action.
Okay. Do you want me to do the damage or the hit?
The hit first.
Okay.
Always the hit first. 17's going to hit. So then now go ahead and roll damage. 3. All right. That was the last little bit of damage that needed to be done to the mobster guy here, the main bad guy. How do you want to do this? This is a classic D&D kind of fun moment here for you, Juniper. So you did the last little bit of damage to like the main bad guy. So how do you want to kill him or knock him out? Like, how do you imagine you do it with your stone?
I don't know, because I don't know what you can even do with this stone.
Basically, you throw it. Like, you throw the stone,
okay.
And when it hits somebody, it deals the damage. So how do you imagine you would do it?
I would just want to hit him directly in his head.
Like, okay, so like between the eyes, or like, because you're facing him.
Oh, we're facing it. Yeah, literally right. Well, can I hit one of his eyes?
Yeah. You could throw it so hard it goes through his eye, out the back of his head if you want.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. Okay, yeah,
Ew.
let's do that.
All right. So as you throw the magic stone, it whizzes by your head, Violet, like with a zoom. And as it does, you watch it. It hits right in the middle of that guy's eye and bursts out the back of his head as he falls backwards onto the ground with a. And everyone around kind of stops. All the other flunkies, they all kind of stop, and their mouths drop in fear, and they all like turn to like start running away. So next up after Juniper is Leanna. Leanna, you notice the bad guys here are all turning. The two that are left are turning to run away. It's not their turn yet, though. You want to let them go? This is a decision for you.
Can I see if I have any like throwing weapons real quick?
Yeah, you could run up on him too. You get enough movement if you want, but you could throw something. I think you have let's see here. Yeah, your Yikawa. Your spear.
Okay. I think I'm gonna throw my spear at one of them, and then I might let the other one get away and have him as a witness to our power, just in case anybody else wants to fuck with us again.
All right. So this guy is already injured. The archer here in front of Good Boy. This other one back here has not been injured yet.
Okay, I'll hit the one in the back.
The one back here?
Yes.
Okay. So your Yikawa has a thrown range of I think 10. I think you can throw it 10 feet. So let's see here.
It says 10.
Yeah, you could go right here and then throw it if you want. That'll be in range.
I'll do that.
All right. Whoom. Throw the spear. Hit the +5 next to the Yikawa. That's going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Ooh, let's go.
If you roll good, you could just kill this guy.
Ah.
All right. So 6 damage as the Yikawa hits him. And then Good Boy kind of turns towards you, sees what you're doing. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to run up here and try to bite that guy. Since you're trying to kill him. He is going to hit and deal 3 damage. The guy has 1 HP.
Oh.
He does get to run away, which means that Good Boy gets an opportunity attack because Good Boy's right next to him. So he is going to take that opportunity attack and hit, which is going to kill the guy. So
Let's go.
So Good Boy bites into like the thigh calf area of this guy and just like fucking rips his leg off as the guy like starts crying and crawling away. And Good Boy just like finishes him off viciously, leaving one guy left who starts running away. He's going to kind of move off the map here. Before I let him totally get away, Esme and Violet, you still have a chance if you want to like attack him. You can try and fire a bow and arrow or throw a dagger if you want to attack that guy. Otherwise, you can just let him go.
I'm just gonna let him go.
Yeah, me too.
All right. So that guy runs away. I'm sorry. He runs around a corner and out of sight. And you're noticing there's kind of a crowd of people starting to show up around this area. They didn't really see all that happen. They're just seeing like the bodies on the ground. Like the bodies hit the floor. It's brutal.
Hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Come on, Commander. There you go. I know you know it.
Yeah. So the people starting to like kind of notice the bodies and see what happened here. You guys can continue to head towards the library, or we'll decide kind of where you guys want to go here before we end for the day. Do you guys want to go continue towards the library, or do you want to try and run, or where do you want to go from here? As you've murdered 6 people.
Self-defense. It was self-defense.
It's
Stand
true.
up your ground laws.
It's very true, but nobody knows that.
Do you want to risk it and go to the library, or should we just head
Yes.
back home? Yeah.
All right, so like badasses, you turn your backs on the bodies, flick your weapons so that the blood kind of splatters into the mud, and clean them off a bit, and head towards the library. And that's where we'll end it for today. We'll pick up next time with what you learned at the library. All right. Good games, everybody. Good job. Nice fight.
GG.
Nice fight. Some of you guys got pretty hurt, but able to fix it up. We'll also do our first short rest next time. A short rest is like an hour-long period where your characters just kind of relax and do like some studying or something else, and you can heal up there where you don't have to spend all of angelic spells.
Okay. Perfect.
All right, and that's where we'll end it for today. I'm going to raid into somebody. We're already like 40 minutes over, so thank you guys for hanging around. Sorry about going over. I hope you had fun.
You're chilling. It was fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, perfect.